Hey, this is Ben Marks here with my good friend Pierluigi Meloni. We met years and years ago at the Kulturbereich, right, here in Berlin.
Yeah, that's true,
now,
and even before as well.
And now you've just finished a talk here, one of the first slots at We Are Developers Congress in Berlin, and you were talking about soft skills. Now it was amazing because you actually had the outdoor stage, and it was not a code-focused talk at all, and it was about as full as it could be. Tell me about what you're doing these days, because I know you used to be at Oxford for a long time, but now you've got a new venture.
That's true, yeah. About a year almost. It's called Other Skills, and it's an e-learning academy for software engineers to learn stuff, or let's say skills beyond code.
Skills beyond code. Now, what? Obviously, there had to be a reason, like a genesis there. Like, what got you headed down that direction?
Well, first of all, because you start making the same stuff over and over again. You're hiring new people, and everybody's so equipped with technical stuff. But at the end of the day, it's people's business. People make business with other people. People make solutions for other people. People buy solutions, not technologies. Yeah. And it's and you have so much interaction, so much gets lost over there. And I was like, at a certain point of time, why don't we make a course about it?
Well, and you've been in business for a while, and you were citing some. I want to say that they are remarkable stats. I don't want to call them amazing. They're kind of tragic, right? When we talk about outcomes, like how what percentage that a project is even going to work well or at all. What can you share about that?
Well, actually, it's not my stats. It's a global stat. It's the Chaos Report, and they do it for like every year, and they screen thousands of IT projects worldwide, and they just classify if they're successful, challenged, or failed. And successful is the dream of every customer, like in time and in budget. And this happens in 30% of all cases. And so in 70% of all cases, customers do not get what they asked for, not in time, or not in budget, or neither.
That's kind of a depressing stat when you think about it.
No, for IT people here, it's completely normal.
That's right. You asked the crowd.
Yeah.
And they were just like, yeah, that sounds right.
Oh, some of them said like 10%, and I said, you better not say who you are working for.
No, I meant other people's projects, not mine. Yeah, right.
But imagine you had like these percentages in other industries, like plastic surgery or something like that.
Yeah, we would say healthcare. Any of these outcomes, like a 70% failure rate would be.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
But you're right. We do seem to tolerate that as a norm, and it's not just. You said this study's been going on for a long time, so this is a well-established trend
since the mid-90s. But since the year 2000, probably you have. Pretty much the same outcome every year. So if you enter, and I do the stats on stage, if you enter like trend lines, they're almost horizontal straights. So that means, I just put it in one phrase, no visible improvement in outcome of IT project quality for the past 20 years. Although, if we go in there, everything's disruptive. Yep. Everything's innovative. Everything's a game changer.
Maybe that's the problem. We keep disrupting our disruptions and changing our game.
Now we're disrupting tech without tech. Because it's people business, we should get back to that. You have less than 10% at each conference that talk about people. It's all like technological Jesus is coming to save us all.
And his name is AI right now.
Right now.
It
used to be microservices.
Yeah, microservices. Now we're AI. Pretty soon, I'm sure we're going to have those two together. It has implications for my industry. We'll see what that hype cycle looks like when we get to it. But this is actually the perfect kind of content for me for whatTheFunc, because it really sets the backdrop that failure is unfortunately all too common. Yeah. And what have you found? So now, what was your methodology for building this offering that you have? You conducted some interviews, I think, right?
Yeah, that's right. Actually, there are many courses out there. It was intentionally meant to be a career course. Yeah. So for software developers that are just stuck, that want to advance in their career. Yeah. And the thing is, there's so many theory out there that doesn't help. So what we did is we just asked people who are successful, and we asked them especially about what kind of advice would you have given yourself at the beginning of the career.
Did my invite get lost in the mail?
No, I asked you, but there was no advice. So we're work in progress. Work in progress. Afterwards, I'll interview you for that.
That works.
My cameraman comes in. Then there's my chauffeur. That's my.
Okay, cool. We're staying at the Ritz, right?
Yeah. No, and the thing is, we asked people for practical stuff because not just like, okay, that's a nice advice, but can you describe it? in a certain situation. And what we do in the course is we replay these situations so that at a certain time in your career, you're pretty sure face a situation like that. And you cannot, can I swear here? You cannot beat up the situation. You cannot funk up the situation.
Funk up.
You cannot funk up the situation.
He gets the branding.
I love it. Funk one is the best. Funk one, no. Hey, it doesn't matter. And at a certain point, you're going to get into the situation, and then you cannot funk it up because you already seen it. You do not have to master every situation. That's what people believe. It's way more important to funk up. There's an e-commerce analogy to that. If you have products on whatever huge marketplace we will not name now, if it has so many 5-star ratings, people will not buy it if you have a bunch of 1-star ratings.
Right.
The 1-star ratings beat the 5-star ratings. And so our course is meant to avoid every 1-star rating in every stage of your career. So there will never be like, he can't do it, because there will be no relation to that. It's always like, well, it's a capable one. He doesn't funk up.
Well, now, how long have you been doing this business?
Since October last year.
Okay. So,
and of course, producing the videos. It's an all online video course. It's micro learning.
And have you seen like the positive outcomes already with the teams that you're working with?
With the teams, of course, this takes some time.
Sure.
But yeah, actually, I shouldn't name any numbers or names over here, but we got some fans, let's say it like this. But it's easier to see quick outcome with the careers of developers.
Yeah.
Because actually, I shouldn't say this on a podcast because
well, we can fix it in post maybe, unless it's too good.
The thing is that what we get the most is that the application talks go much better. We have several cases where people ask for something and then the company offers them 10% more.
Okay.
Because they did a talk and they were like, oh hell, suddenly this person is able to put it into short sentences, into context, and knows what's important. He shows interest in that topic because the HR departments are like, finally somebody different.
So after years and years, I mean decades of development methodology, looking at the theory of how we should be building software products, all this other stuff, managing teams, waterfall, agile, Kanban, it really comes down to the individual. And what I'm hearing from you is that like every person is just a very few short videos away, really from unlocking a lot of their potential.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it's about. Think about it. It's not only the communication stuff. It's not about how you shake hands with somebody. Yeah. It's like the way you act at work. It's like, are you capable of managing your shit? Yeah. Are you getting that together? Do you have the right attitude? And the course is also all about that. And if somebody suddenly in your team does that, I mean, leading by example is the fastest way. If you go in there and tell them what to do, no. If you encourage one of them and he starts doing it, and he says, oh, there are some nice cheats, some nice hacks I learned here, especially how to not get distracted and all that stuff. Yeah. And it worked for others, works for me, and the others see it. That's really a boost, actually.
I think that sounds like a winning recipe. Well, I hope to follow up with you on this. I'm really curious to hear your success, and I think, honestly, just on behalf of the industry, thank you for taking the time to do what you do. It's going to have it'd be amazing if you could look at the when Utter Skills goes on the market, and then the next year, all of a sudden, that horizontal trend line is decreasing.
Oh, that would be great. Then I make a mark that I was there.
You were there. We'll build statues in your honor somewhere around here. Maybe
just otters.
Maybe next to that.
Real otters there.
Yeah, I was gonna. You got to be careful because it's Utter Skills, UTTER, not Otter Skills. Although otter branding, I think, is a winning move these days because otters are really cute.
Yeah. The thing is, I like otters, and when I get drunk, I turn into this otter persona, like really nice and.
Like hold hands and float down the river?
Something like that. Pretty much. You remember? I wish I shouldn't tell you. We did this in the Rhine.
We just floated right on down.
And I once watched golf, and there was somebody was doing something, and then they said, oh, he really has the otter skill set. And I was like, the otter skill set, that's it?
Otter skills.
Otter skills, that's how it comes.
Boom. That's how it happens. All right. Well,
looking forward to working with all developers of Shopware.
I will. I will bring it up at our next meeting.
Thank you very much.
See you, Ben. Thanks. That's all for What the Funk. I'm host Ben Marks here at We Are Developers World Congress in Berlin, Germany.